Well, hello everyone, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Divine Panther Presents. Today we begin our review of Fight Night, the $1 Million Heist, a mini series on Peacock Plus, led by Kevin Hart and crew. And let me say, this show has done something that Kevin Feige and the Marvel Cinematic Universe will never achieve. And what is that? They have brought together Nick Fury and both versions of Colonel James Rhodes. That's right. Don Cheadle and Terrence Howard are together on screen with Nick Fury. I was like, word, this is awesome. And the multiverse will never achieve this. But anyway, sit back, enjoy the intro, and then we're gonna start this show.
Oh, wait. I got to do it now. Wait. This is going to be funny. Wait. You ready? I got to do it.
This is awesome. This is amazing. I love it.
It was psychological. It was emotional.
Extremely entertaining.
But as always, as we try to say here, as we said, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And as we talk about this video, please like on the video and comment on the video, and we will get back to you as soon as possible.
Yes, we got the crew together to talk about this Heist mini-series, and I am impressed with Kevin Hart in particular, and what he's done with the show, with William Packer. So I thought it was pretty cool. But again, what do we think about it? Where is it going? We already know how the story ends, actually. It's is based or inspired by real life events, so we got to keep that in mind. You know, they have leeway with how they tell the story. Kim, you gave us a very cool video about it, a little documentary. What did you think the series was about, and what do you think of it?
Well, I mean, I kind of knew that it was about the Ali fight, like his comeback fight after he lost his license for dodging the draft, is what they say. So I knew it was about that. And so when I saw that what's his name, Al Prophet did his little short documentary about it. Then I was like, oh, okay. But I mean, it was I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I think for me, it did what it was supposed to do, and it's still doing it. It's black exploitation at its best, and I love that there was humor to it because it needed it. It just needed it. It was like, if you are going to try to make this serious, it's not going to work. It wasn't going to work for me. You have to make me laugh in order to see all these people going back to the 1970s, right? And I love the hair. I love the wigs. I'm loving everything about this because I even love the opening credits because they made it look like it actually was filmed in like the 1970s. So I'm loving all of it. And it's Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart can't do anything with at least a little bit of comedy and sarcasm. He just can't. It's impossible. So I'm liking. I'm loving it. I love all the actors. They're all accomplished actors. So they don't really have anything to prove. They're just doing this because they love Kevin Hart, and they thought it was going to be fun. And so for me, it's a fun ride. So I'm enjoying it.
Oh, all right. Giovanni, how about you?
Yeah, I like where it left off and where it's going. I was kind of weary. It was moving slow in the first episode, and then the second episode started with like all these time jumps that was like, giving me like whiplash or something. Like it was like, where are we at now? So on the third episode, it just was kind of more succinct. So I'm like, all right, I like where we're going now.
All right.
And they said at the beginning or whatever that it's based on a podcast that was on iHeartRadio or whatever. So I'm like, I guess this is the first time I've ever heard of like a TV show or anything like based off of a podcast as opposed to like a book or something like that.
So I thought we made a book out of it. I didn't hear about. I don't remember the podcast part.
It's in the opening credits if you watch it.
Oh, okay. I gotta go back and look at that. I thought, see, I knew nothing about this story. I saw Kevin Hart, I saw the cast. I was like, he's brought together like every black actor he can get his hands on. And they all gave their time to this. I thought it was going to be about the heist. I thought Kevin Hart and crew were like going to rob a bookie, during the fight, like like kind of like an Ocean's 11.
That's what I thought.
Thing.
That's exactly what I thought.
And I was like, oh, okay, I'm kind of here for this, right? And then I'm like, no, like that's not what this is. Like this, and then I was like, okay, so this is again about them going through the heist whenever people are coming in, the robbery, really, the hostage situation. Like the whole series is going to be about them in the house, people coming in, people being robbed, how they're saved or how they get out of it. That's not what this is about either. I'm like, that's already been taken care of. So I'm like, what is this about? I was like, this is about, I guess, really the aftermath of when so Samuel L. Jackson goes like Frank Matson crew just hunts down and kills everyone who did the heist, because as I heard in the video, none of those people are going to make it. So this is like Sean and from Power and all of them just being hunted down and murdered for the next 3 or 4 episodes. So I'm like, okay, and then like what Chicken Man has to do with it and how he survives. I'm assuming.
No, because you see in the first episode, what is it? I guess you say like a flash forward. Yeah. Where Samuel L. Jackson has the gun, or Frank has the gun on Chicken Man.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what leads up to that?
Yeah.
It has to be past that, because he asks Chloe Bailey's character, was Chicken Man in on this? And right before she's murdered, it's a she starts crying. She don't really answer the question. So it's like he has it was his house, as he said. You kept on insisting we go to this party, and then I get robbed at this party. How are you not
got long johns on?
You got right. I'm like, conveniently, he has long johns on. I was like,
why did his wife have any clean drawers for the man? I was like, wait a minute, sister, what is happening? You're a housewife. You should have some clean underwear for your man. Like,
how about wife is at home with the kids while husband is fucking every black.
Yeah, I'm like, I think that was a setup. She said, right, your long johns, who's gonna see them?
Right.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yep.
Here, the father that he is, I got the baby in my arms, which is why I'm not in the streaming, but y'all got to address that homie who, yes. Damn it. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. Let me say, this casting was awesome. Every single top actor in this, is amazing. And I got to be honest, the women were amazing. I was like, Kevin Hart had to be involved in this casting, because these women were top notch, no matter what role they were playing. I was like, but Ali, what the fuck? Like this dude, never act again. I was like, who in the fuck is this dude? I was like, stop all of this immediately. Like, Kevin Hart should be like, stop, cut, go get Will Smith. I don't care how much it costs. I want Will Smith back here with the muscles and let him do this. I'm like,
no, I gotta disagree. Out of the Muhammad Ali that we saw in Godfather of Harlem, Will Smith's Muhammad Ali, and this Muhammad Ali, Will Smith, I think, was the worst.
Really?
Oh, I think Will Smith's Muhammad Ali was good. I really loved it. Yeah.
I'm saying compared to the actual Muhammad Ali, I'm like, he didn't sound or really look like him. I'm not saying he didn't act his heart out, but he didn't embody Muhammad Ali like these other two have.
I felt like this actor, to your point, this actor tried, like he did try to embody. I give him that, but the look, and he was just doing too much. And I was like, unless it's really about him, right? And like and his struggles, like kind of like Ray when he went back to Georgia and that sort of thing, and like how that was a major thing in his movie, right? Like coming back home and like keep this fucker off camera. Like I don't need any of this, right? Like unless he's gonna get robbed at this house, keep him off camera, because he was getting on all my nerves. I was like, so I didn't see what's going on with Chicken Man. Whoa, that Ali is the worst, Jamani. I was like, look here, no backseat commenting, Chris. Bring the baby, and all y'all can be a part. Anyway,
he was bad, and I feel like Muhammad Ali actually consulted. Well, I'm sorry, Will Smith consulted with Muhammad Ali during, after, before, all of that, to make sure that he did have him down. Now, he does not look like him. He doesn't. But he did have his mannerisms and the way he talked. Because if you really think about it, Will Smith's cadence is always kind of loud, right? And always in your face. So he did get that down when it came to Muhammad Ali, because that's part of who Will Smith is, period, right? This Muhammad Ali was very cartoonish, like Chris said, and he was over the top, trying to be, because Muhammad Ali, let's just really think about it. He was over the top, but that was what he was supposed to be doing. He wanted to be in your face, right? Because that's how he got people to come to the fight, right? He was funny, he was sarcastic, he was loud, he was obnoxious, he was all of those things. But it made you go to the fight, right? Because you were like, oh, we want to see Ali knock him out. And then some people, I've even heard people say, I wanted to see, the loudmouth get knocked out, but he never did, right? Until later on. But I'm just saying,
to that
this
point,
actor was not, it was bad. It was really bad.
But I'm saying to that point, it's a blaxploitation movie. Or like it's
true. You're
not
right.
in this blaxploitation genre. Yeah. And I'm like, everything is over the top. So he's just playing into the genre.
That's true. I can see it that way too, Jemani. I can.
Maybe it was just a little, but I'm sorry. We're getting off track. Let's talk about Chicken Man. All right.
Yes.
So
why is he called Chicken Man?
That's his actual name. I was like, it's like they didn't make that. This upbringing. I don't know. Maybe played with chickens. I don't know. But I to the point, I think Kevin Hart has done a great job in this role of trying to do a dramatic role. Like, he is fun. It's hard for us not to see him as a comedian. It was for me, but he is trying. Like him smoking the cigarettes and acting like he a street hustler. Like, he's really trying to commit to be something else. And I appreciate his hustle of trying to expand as an actor. And I feel committed. If it was any other actor, I think we would have took it better. But like, he's always been funny, and he's naturally funny, to your point. Like even a look at this frustration is like hilarious, right? So when he's like tied up and he's this big compared to everybody else, it's hilarious. I'm like, he's like, everybody's sitting in their drawers, and he's like, hey guys, I'm just here. I'm like, he's a hostage, and I'm still laughing. Because
when he was in the car with Samuel L. Jackson was in the back seat, and he was like the driver, and he was looking around. I was cracking up because I was like, I cannot take this seriously. Like,
seriously, but it's like, he was like, is someone getting murdered in there? It's like, am I going to jail? I was like, oh shit! It's like, what did I get myself into?
No, the beginning of the second episode when he was in court, that was the funniest for me. I was like, I felt like this was Don Cheadle's get back for Heart to Heart.
Yeah.
He was like, damn. He's like, I'm sorry. It's like, almost every one of these actors has been in that chair or will be.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
it's like this is definitely his friends and family to be like, hey man, let's do this movie together. It was great. I like. And so again, there's so many different stories going on because Don Cheadle's character of post segregation, trying to be a cop in Atlanta. When again, according to the documentary that she's in, like, Atlanta was real fucked up. Like, and to be like trying to uphold the community that hates you for being a cop. You know what I'm saying? And then again, dealing with Ali and the racism there, like that could have been a story by itself, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's a whole different story, even minus the heist. So I was like, I like that we're following his story, and this is a good example. I usually say you should have just made a movie. Like, you're wasting my time, and you should have just made a movie. Like, this is a mini series because there's so many different stories being told. Mm-hmm. And they just happen to come together. The fight itself is a story. Ali coming to Georgia, Ali being able to fight and win and leave without being lynched or whatever. Like, that's a story by itself. And now he's on the plane, and that could have been a whole thing. And that would have been easily could have been a movie. So I like that. So, and then the heist itself was going on. I thought that was going to be the whole thing. With different people coming in, and I was like, oh shit, like, where's this going to go? Jemani, you said Samuel Jackson was basically Jules from Pulp Fiction. And I was like, yes. Like we pulled out the gun at episode 3, and he was about to shoot that dude. I was like, this dude has turned into Jules, and I thought he was gonna be like, and I am the Lord. Someone told him, it was like, just go back to Pulp Fiction and bring it to this scene. And he was like, gotcha. Definitely. I was like, the man, and then the hair. Terrence Howard is still wearing that wig even in the opening night.
Yes.
What the fuck?
I mean, you know, Terrence Howard has that kind of hair, so it could be Terrence Howard's hair. We don't know. You know,
I mean,
got a good grain of hair, so.
And to see Cookie and Lucius together, I was like, to Jemani. Now you said this off camera, so I mean, what do you think about Taraji P. Henson's interpretation of this character, sir?
Yeah, she's just Cookie. Like it's the same same character, just different situation.
And at the point that we had the discussion, I didn't see the episode, so I couldn't give my my thoughts on it. But I suspected that it was the character as written, and it was the character as written. Like she's bringing that energy because that's who she's playing, the hustler assistant to the man, and she's still that go-to girl. Like, I'm here for you, baby. Like, whatever you need, I'm here. Wherever it's Terrence Howard or Kevin Hart, like she's like, that's my character. The only person
she's not whining about the wife too. That's what got me. Like, she fully has Chicken Man's back. But there's no, when you gonna leave your wife, baby? None of that. She's like, I'm secure in the role that I play in your life, which is, I'm the side chick, and I'm making you some chicken because I know you love, you know what I mean? You love chicken, but I know you have that, your wife at home. She's not even, that, and she's handling things without him, right? She doesn't actually need him in order to handle their business, right? So I like that part of it. I thought that was well done.
And I'm the way the episode ended, that was one of the biggest cliffhangers for me. Was so if I can't go home, where are we going? And it's obvious that he's going to his
house.
Yeah. So I'm like, I want to see episode 4 to see how.
Yeah, I'm not worried about I'm not worried about Chloe Bailey being murdered. I'm worried about Chicken Man being murdered when he brings his co-worker / other woman home to his wife, and he's like his Christian wife who's like, hey, baby.
I think this is the thing too, especially in the 70s, right? And even before the 70s, there was a lot of wives who they knew their husbands was out there, right? So as long as you didn't bring it home to your house, they were like, keep that witch out there, and this is our home. We go to church, we put this whole fake thing in front of the church people, but I know what you're doing out in the streets. Keep what's out in the streets. Yeah. And I think what's gonna happen is he's gonna mess up, and he's gonna bring home the streets.
He's gonna bring home the streets, and he's not gonna have the roof money for the church.
Yes. Also true. You coming home with this woman, and you ain't got the money because I said, as long as you put food on the table and roof over the head and the church,
yes,
do what you got to do, right? But now you failed to accomplish that, and it's like you are correct. But then to your point, even Taraji knew about Maxine because he was kissing Maxine in front of her. So it's like hey, this is what we do, right? But again, Taraji has been good at these type of real women roles. I think the most dramatic thing she's done was the dance scene, because for her to be like,
that was sad. That was sad.
I'm humiliated, but I gotta do it, and you can see the pain. But then she also, I gotta turn it on because this is my life. This is Chicken Man's life, and I gotta do it because she didn't know what was gonna happen, right? Right. And for her to start dancing like that, I thought that was beautifully done. Because she's dancing, laughing, and crying at the same time. She has to, and I thought that was awesome. I thought that was absolutely awesome because it was a very complicated situation. To be.
And she did a good job at that.
And
she's a good actress. It's the thing is that, like you said, she does always play similar roles, right? They're always that kind of the woman who's the underdog, right? But she's always got her man's back, and she's always there for her kids if she has any kids, right? And so therefore, I hope. Unfortunately, I feel like sometimes they're typecasting her, but even when she tries to play something else, it still turns into this. It's who she, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is who she is.
She is.
And she should just go ahead and live with it, right? They're paying her the money. I know she's making good money now, right? She's beautiful. So she might as well just go ahead and ride this train all the way till the wheels fall off, because this is what Hollywood sees her as. And unfortunately, this is what Black Hollywood sees her as also, right?
Yeah.
Black Hollywood sees her this way too. So,
and I think that's a bigger statement, Kim. Like, this is not a race issue, because most of her roles have been within, like, you would say, the Black community. And Kevin Hart, Lee Daniels, like, they're like, hey, but you make this character, like, John Singleton, and they're like, and they've created it similar to Lala, but I think in a better light, to be like, this is what you do, and we will continue to shape you in a role that not only you are comfortable with, but people want to see you in and you flourish in. But like, again, I want more scenes of her and Terrence together, even if it's not necessary. Like story wise, to see Lucius and Cookie together, they have to do it. Also, completely two surprising things in this series were all the titties. I did not expect to see this many titties on Peacock Plus. I gotta say, I was like, why is this happening? I mean, I appreciate it, but why is it happening? I was confused. Like, I was, but then also Kevin going down on Taraji. I was like, I don't want to see this. Like, that had to be fun for these two actors as their friends. But I was like, yo. But Chris, Daddy, where's the baby? Baby, okay?
Oh, no, he's here. I'm not comfortable showing his face, but I'll do like Michael Jackson and with blanket and just.
You see the hand? Oh, you just see the hand?
I'll show.
Just get a hand.
There he is.
Oh, looky.
Oh no, I guess that's.
Oh,
Anyway,
he's so cute.
all right.
Is he okay?
But,
He's all right. You just sleeping? He look awake. He just hanging out.
Yeah, he's just chilling.
Oh, look, you
nice
give his haircut. You give his first haircut.
All right, buddy. I'm gonna put you back down. All right. Anyway,
what you got, Chris? Look at you, balancing family life, hanging out with us.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna be. So I didn't see a trailer for this. I literally just saw. That's the thing. I saw. Obviously, I saw Kevin Hart and Terrence Howard. The funny thing is, I saw Samuel Jackson, and I kept questioning, was that Samuel Jackson? When I just saw a still, and I was like, that looked like Samuel Jackson. And I was like, all right, even though that might be a wig, I was thinking like, it's like he shaved. Makeup does a hell of a thing as far as like shaving years off of you.
Yeah.
And that's what it kind of did, So when I watched it, I just thought, I think you guys said it best, or somebody said it was going to be like a Ocean's 11 type film. I thought it was that, and it was called Heist or whatever. So I thought these guys were just a bunch of criminals just scheming to take on like maybe another casino, like George Clooney did or something. And I had no idea that had anything to do with Ali. I talked about this yesterday about this whole based off true story or whatever. Like, here we go again, based off actual events again, or inspired. I'm sorry, inspired. By actual events. So I'm not gonna lie, I was not in the best place when I was watching that, seeing that, and seeing Kevin Hart. You know how I feel about Kevin Hart. But I will say this: I was shocked how much I kind of enjoyed it. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm actually enjoying this, surprisingly. You know what I mean? And and even with Kevin Hart, which sometimes I struggle even saying that, because there's some stuff even with Kevin Hart that I like, but man, and then he winds up doing Jumanji 2 or something. You know what I mean? Or Borderlands, and I'm like, that's the Kevin Hart I know. You know what I mean? So he does that. I'm just like, and you know what I mean? So no, I was shocked. I was like, oh, he's not being because even when he does serious stuff, every once in a while he'll do like he'll put himself in it.
I got
and
you.
this one, I see he kind of wasn't, like, you know what I mean? Other than like people trying to like basically saying like, oh, you're a dead man, and he just does the whole like, I don't know what to do, like, like an Ice Cube's Are We There Yet type. Well, not Are You? Was it Are You There? Oh, let's be the Cops film, whatever that was.
Ride along.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I thought it was really, really, it was decently done. Like I said, literally, like my only gripe that I had literally was Ali. He had the voice down on pat. I think for him, I had to kind of close my eyes in order to enjoy scenes with him.
Yeah.
Which which should not happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jumanji, I respectfully disagree with you. Was Will Smith the best choice ever for Ali? No, but no, Will Smith was much better than this. So you know what I mean?
I like your eyes closing thing, Chris, because that's like I thought about if you just listen, if you just listen to this actor, he had Ali down, like
Right.
Pat, like, but I was like, but seeing him confused me.
Yeah,
I think it might be the fact that remember I said it started off as a podcast, so maybe he was like a voice actor and he just
or he's like a comedian. He does like he does voice impressions. Maybe it's like what's that dude, Jay Farrell? You know, but then sometimes like if you see someone like a Jay Farrell or the guy from Police Academy, when they do these voice impressions, their mouth goes like all over the place. And when I saw that with him, I was like, he just does impressions, doesn't he? You know what I mean? And it just took me out of it, man. It just did, you know. And then even for that sentimental thing between him and Don Cheadle's character, I was just like, I'm trying to enjoy it. I'm just trying. And I think there he kind of dropped it a little bit. It wasn't there as strong. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, love the show so far. I don't know how many episodes they have going, but 8. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if they should have put the whole end in the beginning thing with the whole Samuel Jackson.
I don't think that's the end. That's probably, let's say, like this is 3, so it may be episode 4, like late episode 4, because I think that's when again Kevin Hart's Chicken Man says, tells like, hey, it wasn't me. Like I wasn't a part of this. And then who was it? And then I think the remaining 4 episodes is gonna be the hunt for like the other people, like Sean and light skinned dude and all those guys. And then those guys are gonna get popped off as the series goes on. I think, but I don't think what you saw was like the last
plane.
What's up, Jamani?
I said, and the guy who got on the plane.
Yeah. So I think it's gonna be a lot of that. I think what you saw is early in the series. That's not the finale.
I guess my thing is, right, you release the first 3 episodes because you want people to watch, right? And then it ends with him asking one of the Bailey sisters, like was Chicken Man part of this? Well, clearly he somehow he thinks he is going to still think that, or you know what I mean? Because then we see a scene, Now, granted, that could have been like I guess you can argue and say, oh, well, something else could have him kind of point the gun over at Kevin Hart, in the beginning scene. But my thing is, that wasn't necessary. Is my point. Like, people will watch the show. You just had you know what I mean? Even though I'm not the biggest Kevin Hart fan, a lot of people are. So you say you got Kevin Hart, Samuel freaking Jackson, and that's the thing. I thought Samuel Jackson was just only going to be in it for like a minute. No, he's in the freaking show. Yeah. Which was my surprise. I thought he was going to do a cameo. Same thing with Terrence Howard. I think it said with Terrence Howard or something like that.
It's a special guest.
Special guest, yes. When it says special guest, it's always like a small little bit. No, Terrence Howard's in the show. Is he like a main character? No, you know what I mean. But he's in it, Yeah. And between them and Taraji P. Henson, like people and Don Cheadle, I can't believe I forgot about him. Like, people are going to watch it. I don't think that scene was necessary to put that in there to have people keep watching.
So I agree with you, and I think depending on what you were walking and preparing, like what you think you're gonna watch, right? If you think it was gonna be the Heist, it's gonna be Ocean's 11, right? And then to Jamani's point, that it kind of starts off kind of slow because you're following Chicken Man at his house, talking to his family, and Don Cheadle at his house. Like, you're like, when is the heist gonna begin? Maybe they're like, let me give you this action right now, and then ride it out, or we're gonna get back to that sort of thing. But to your point, it does kind of spoil like certain things. Like eventually, like Samuel Jackson is gonna confront a Chicken Man about this, and then again he's gonna be all right, because there's gonna be more story to tell. So what does it do for you? Because now you're gonna spend the whole series thinking again, well, when are we gonna get back to the scene?
Right.
And how does that change?
And then what's up with the gunshot? Like, was the gunshot, did he like shoot over his head? Did they do a little thing where it's like you hear a gunshot, but it's really someone shooting him instead, shooting Samuel Jackson? Like, they do that a lot. You know what I mean?
They do.
I was good without that. You know what I mean? Maybe if they would have left the gunshot part out. You know what I mean? I mean, it's.
But did you? It's overly done. What wasn't he channeling Pulp Fiction? I felt like he was. He was bringing that energy.
Jules playing Jules.
Yeah.
I think that's just Samuel Jackson. Yeah. So even when he like Jackie Brown, you know what I mean? He did it like Jackie Brown. He was Jules and Jackie Brown. He was Jules and Hateful Eight. You know what I mean? Like when those guys went full races on us, I said, I see one more cracker, blah blah blah, and I'm like, dang. I was like, so I think. And there's a reason why Tarantino always gets him, because he plays out those roles well. You know what I mean? So yeah. It just obviously when he does PG-13 films, Star Wars or Marvel movies, that's the only time he kind of drops it. You know what I mean? And he's like, they had to reel him like, no, this is for kids. They had to do the thing because I think I saw a thing about that. They said they had to reel him in, just like Joe Pesci. I don't know if you ever saw about there's a thing on Netflix called How It Was Made. They had to do that for Joe Pesci for Home Alone, and every time Kevin did something to him, he would ad lib. The problem is he would ad lib like cuss words. And they had to keep telling Joe Pesci, no, like this is a family. We're doing a family.
The Goodfellas.
The thing is though, he's never did a film like that. He's never done like a family film. So I feel like that's what it is with Samuel Jackson. Is like he always has to be reeled in. That when all you have to say is like, by the way, it's just rated R. He's like, rated R. All right, motherfucker, and then he just goes in.
So I'm waiting for a couple of more of those. Also, the only casting surprise for me is that Regina Hall is not in this. Like that's Kevin's go-to, and I'm
you
really
can't have her in it. It's like one or the other. It's like you either have Regina Hall, Regina King, or Taraji P. Henson. You can't have all three of them at once. You can't. That's a rule. That's a rule. You can't have any of the Reginas on screen at the same time or with Taraji P. It always has to be one or the other. I don't make the rules.
That's true though. I agree with Chris on that one. You can't have all of them all in the same one.
Yeah, they're too. It's too much. It's like looking God in the eye. You're just too much. The ultimate of this is too crazy.
But I was like,
if Regina Hall was in it, it would be a Black Monday reunion too. So it would be like,
shit.
Yeah,
you're right. But again, she also plays that go-to I'm always by my man for my man role. Like both she and Taraji play that well. And maybe both of them together would have been, because both of them would have been fighting to be the one supporting Kevin. And it's like, which one of us is gonna do it?
I'm just surprised that Terrence Howard is in a movie with a show with Don Cheadle. I was like, that dude took my role. Like, you know what I mean? Like he took my role. I mean, I don't know if they'll ever have seen together, whatever. But I mean, obviously, I'm being funny because I'm sure Terrence is way over all that.
I don't know anything about what you guys are talking about.
That was his own fault.
Chris,
it is, but he still don't think that though. I understand it was his fault, but what I'm saying is he doesn't think that. So that's why I'm saying, I wonder how that was like, when he found out Don Cheadle. He doesn't care. I think I saw a thing with him where he was chilling, but I just thought it was just interesting. I was like, oh snap, they got both of the War Machines in it. You know what I mean? But and by the way, if you see me muting myself, that's because I'm dealing with him. So yeah.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about, but I'm like, they were in Crash together.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
The Crash was before they had that issue, but.
Well, so Jamani, so you are familiar with the Marvel movies, yes?
Somewhat.
Okay, there's Marvel. Let's start there.
Yeah.
There's Iron Man. You know him.
Yeah.
All right. Iron Man has a black partner. Okay. So his black partner is James Rhodes, and that used to be played by Terrence Howard in the first movie. And then some contracting shit happened, some other things happened, and he got replaced by Don Cheadle. So we're saying that's why when I opened the video, I was like, you got Samuel Jackson, who is Nick Fury, currently and still is Nick Fury. And then you have both black actors who played James Rhodes in the same movie. And Marvel's doing this whole multiverse. They're trying to slam like different characters together. And I was like, you will never see both James Rhodes in the same Marvel movie. Not gonna happen. But I was like, but to see them all three in this movie, I was like, that's pretty cool. What's up,
I disagree. This is for another video, but I can see, because it's like different management now, I can see them bringing Terrence Howard back, especially with the line saying, say one day, next time, baby, when he was looking at the War Machine. It would just be dope if he just suited up. I'm sure they're going to do that, just like.
But Terrence Howard is retired. He already said he's retired from acting.
Oh, everyone says that until all of a sudden they put a couple of zeros on that check, girl. Like I don't think
with enough money. But anyway,
I was about to say
If
Wesley
they
Snipes
brought
said he
Blade
was
back,
well,
they can bring him back.
Yeah.
What's up, Giovanni?
I said if they can bring Blade back, they can definitely bring him back.
Also, that's
Yeah.
another. You know what? Thank you for that segue. That's another actor I'm surprised who's not in this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Even as a little cameo. After they did that show on Netflix, I'm sure he and Kevin Hart have a relationship, and he's good at like maintaining these kind of relationships. It's kind of interesting that anybody see Uptown Saturday Night?
Yeah.
Was it? So I'm gonna go watch it. So Kim, what do you?
It's a really old movie, and it's. I mean, I don't know how entertaining it's gonna be. The jokes are gonna be extremely corny to you. I mean, it's not your generation. I was a child in the generation, so it really wasn't made for me either. But watching those kind of movies now, they're very, very laughable. Unfortunately, some people didn't. They were making it because they felt like they were making their own art, right? And they were unfortunately making pimps heroes and drug dealers heroes, and that kind of thing. And I think because we don't live in that world, well, let me not even say that, because remember we were talking about it.
We actually talking about.
We do live in that world, don't we? So power, right? So I don't know. I don't know if you'll enjoy it. I think that it was funny. It had funny moments and things like that. So that you might enjoy that part of it.
Was it similar? I guess was a similar storyline, because I think they said there was a heist in it that was inspired by
there
this.
was a heist in it, but I don't remember. I haven't seen it in decades, like literally in decades. But it did have a heist in it. It did, yeah.
So I remembered Kevin Hart's been talking about this project for a couple of years. So
he has.
He says, I swear to God, I say he reached out to Will Smith at one point. If just for financing, just to be like, hey, can we kind of work on this?
Well, he got Will Packer.
For this show?
He got Will Packer to do it.
Okay.
For this show?
Yeah. He was. Well, no, he was when he had his reality. Kevin Hart had like a reality show or something when he did, I think it was called when he did Don't Fuck This Up. Like right after the whole cheating scandal, he did the thing on Netflix. It showed his like a part of his process, and like one recovering from the whole homophobic comment thing. But this was also a part of it. When he was calling people, he was like, "Hey, I'm trying to get this project. It's gonna like Uptown like Saturday night," and he was mentioning names, and I swear Will Smith was on the list of.
And he pitched it to Chad Boseman. Remember, we saw that part.
Yeah, that was in the special, right? Special, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he was trying to get partners to be in it. And so this is it comes to fruition, a few years later. But this is like his passion project, like he's been working on. And like I said, it was good to see him not being the kind of traditional character that he usually does, and him trying to do something different. And can the audience accept him? Can the audience say, like, I'm not a comedian today? Like I'm a hard-nosed actor. I'm a dramatic actor with all these other dramatic actors.
The movie that he did with oh my gosh, the guy was in Breaking Bad. What is his name?
The Upside.
Yeah.
The Upside. That was a really good movie, and he did a really good. That was a dramatic all the way through.
Bryan Cranston.
Dramatic. Yeah, that's it.
And he did a heart-to-heart with them. I hear you. I feel like I always say that I think Parenthood was I think it was called Parent or Fatherhood when he played.
I think it was Fatherhood. That was good. That was dramatic also. When he
I feel that was far more like not him, because even in that he was like the ex-con trying to do right, and the rich white man is helping him, that kind of shit. But in that one, like he was a middle-aged IT guy whose wife has died, and he's trying to what does it mean to be a single father, and the other fathers have to help him, and like that was and I think it was hard for people to see him like that, because it even as Netflix movie didn't do that well, like but I think this it lets him be a little bit funny, but he's still all. Does he have an opinion?
He's talking about the movie.
Yeah.
He's talking about the
movie. He said, I don't know who any of these people are. I'm only 6 months.
Look at the pro. I can see it.
Yep,
it's blending in with the wall.
Yeah,
but
I'll show y'all him offline. I just don't.
I get it.
I'll show him when we get off.
Yeah, I get it, Chris. Anyway, let's do predictions. I mean, we know how this shit's gonna end. So, what do you? so good. I said, like, what do you? How do you expect these things? What's the end game? What do you think? Like, everybody's murdered. Like, this is gonna be one of those post credit scenes. Like, what do you expect to get out of the rest of
this
this
is
episode?
limited in the sense I'm assuming this is like a one and done, right? Like
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. By episode 8. Yeah, I mean, I would imagine at least all the gangsters are gonna be gone. You know, Samuel's gone. You know, and Kevin Hart. It's usually movies like or shows like this. It kind of starts the same way. I mean, it ends the same way that it began, where like them enjoying their life and doing what they're doing. Except now they're just more mindful of the dangers out there. That's usually how it usually ends. And I feel like that's probably what this is going to kind of be. You know what I mean? I don't see it going any differently. Maybe one of the robbers possibly living, the main one, the one that went to war. I don't know why. I have a feeling, a weird feeling that he's going to make it. The main
Really?
one, the one who's like all like who went to like who
The
saved
light skinned dude, the one like
no, not the light
you talking
skinned
about
dude.
Sean? You talking about Sean? I think Sean's gonna
Yeah,
make
Sean,
it.
yes, there you go. Yeah, that's where I knew him from. Yeah, Sean from Power. I think he's going to be the one to make it
because he has a daughter.
Because he has a daughter.
I didn't even think about the daughter part, but yes, that too now. But like that too, but just his backstory seems so complicated, and using characters like that, you know what I mean? Unless they die a hero type deal, you know what I mean? I just have a feeling that he will be spared somehow because he didn't even want all of this.
Yeah,
he didn't want this to happen, but everyone else, they're gone.
Light skinned dude ready to pull the trigger. He dead quick. I mean, like, so it ain't gonna be no remorse for him. So like,
that fool. Yeah, I mean, the homie from Snowfall.
Remember?
Yo, was it baby? What's his name?
Man
boy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did.
Dude, he got big. Like when he came out with that, I was like, damn. I was like, he got a lot of muscles.
He had to, man. You saw that girl he was working with. He had to do.
No, I was about to say. I was like, I was good casting. It was good casting. It was like, I was like, who is this? I was like, anyway.
He's gone. He gonna be gone. But so I just think that's how it's going to go. So like I said, I knew nothing about this. Didn't even know this was centered around the Ali fight. But but I'm enjoying it so far. So I can't wait to see what else we have.
All right.
Orion can't either. So.
Stay in the back, and we will wrap this up. And we look at the baby. All right. Jamani, anything else?
Yeah, I wanted to ask everybody a question. I don't know if you could bring Chris back, or Chris wants to answer the question.
With the baby, man. What you got?
All right. I wanted to like the whole Lola Falana thing. Like, I didn't even know who Lola Falana is, and it's a real person. Like, who is that celebrity that you would, go to the extent that Frank would? Like, he's like out here killing people in the swamps of Georgia just because he got to meet her. Like, who is that celebrity for you guys?
That's an interesting question. I don't. There's no one to that. I'm murdering people for, bro. I mean, you gotta be a criminal. I think these days, in our community, if you will, I would think Beyonce will probably be on the list. Like Megan Thee Stallion. I think these are women that a man in his. This was now. A man.
Yeah, but I'm asking like you, like each
nobody. I mean, not me. Like I don't give it. I mean, ain't nobody like that. You know what I'm saying? My wife would kill me. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't. What the fuck you think I'm gonna be doing? Be like I'm killing people to go meet a woman? What the fuck? What? No, that's so. But I think I gotta look her up. To the point you bring up a good point. I have no idea who she is. Again, whoever played her is gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? So I was like,
Lola Falana. You do have to look her up. She is beautiful.
See,
she is beautiful, and I believe that she's still alive. I believe, but if she's not, she became a born again Christian in the 80s, and so she doesn't look the way she looked, and she also has multiple sclerosis. I think, yeah. So she got that, I believe, in the early 80s. Then she became born again, and so, but she was like. In her time in the 70s and early 80s, she was like a Halle Berry, except for she was a dancer and a singer, right? And she had like a show in Las Vegas.
Beyonce.
She was on the Johnny Carson show. She was a star, like a star, and men loved her. because she was brown skin, but she had the way her hair was and the way they did her wigs and stuff. She could have been mixed with something and you wouldn't even, you know what I mean? Like, you know, she had that look to her. And she dated Sammy Davis Jr., married Sammy Davis Jr. For years. So she's one of those women that every man, black man in Hollywood wanted, and white men wanted her too. So yeah,
she had to be something then. But I'll look her up. But I think so. Again, I think a better question would be like, what celebrity today would be equal status? I would say.
I would say that too. I would say Beyonce, Megan Thee Stallion, somebody like that. Yeah.
But what you say, like and at that, I would put Beyonce above Megan in this particular case. If you're describing her to that type of level. But again, I'll look her up. But that's something. Kim, how you think the show's going to end? Any final thoughts, or you?
I actually think that we're going to find out that Chicken Man was behind it. I do. I feel like maybe he's behind it. Like maybe because I mean I understand that there was one guy, I can't remember his name, that went to Sean's character, right? Because I can't think of the character's name. But I'm feeling like that guy talked to Kevin Hart, before he went to find people, and was like, "Man, we could make some money." You know, all right. Because remember, Kevin Hart was in debt, right? He needed money, right? And Tasha said that to him. She was like, we short now. This bag is getting lighter. Remember, she said that in the beginning. And he needed to pay for the roof of the church and also pay his own bills, right? So I'm feeling like what we saw with Samuel L. Jackson about to shoot him. I don't know if he actually dies, but I think he is involved.
That'll be interesting change on the actual story, and we find out crazy, the wife's behind the whole thing.
That would be funny too.
So I'll be like, what? Like she needed that money. She's like, her husband ain't gonna get it.
Remember, it's inspired by, so it's not based on truth, right? So
they got room to change.
I strongly disagree because when they found out that the party was being switched to Chicken Man's place, the guy got on the phone and said, "Yeah, this guy is so stupid. He doesn't know what he don't even know.
He don't even know."
Yeah, and then he showed that on the previously on again to like reiterate that he's like clueless to him being set up.
Then it's gonna be the wife. Okay, no. But you're right though. He was on the phone to be like. But again, that means to your point, this was already planned. So who was the mastermind? And where were they going to rob him the first time? Because it was Silky. Silky must somehow, because Silky was the one that was organizing the thing the first time.
Yeah. So I think
I think Silky is actually probably the ringleader. When it's all said and done. And then. But I'm sorry. Anything else?
I don't know all of the different characters, storylines that we're going to be going through. Like, what else is Don Cheadle going to be doing now that Ali is gone? And like, I'm
got to investigate the brother.
Yeah. He's investigating the heist, and then going after Chicken Man, and since they have history. So I mean, that's probably a thing.
That's what he's going to be doing.
Yeah. So I'm here for all of it, and it's a very great show, and like, you don't see Samuel L. Jackson doing a lot of TV other than what do you call it? That thing he did on Apple Plus. What is it? The Eternal, the final days of Paternity Grey or whatever.
He also did Bank Heist too. He did that on Apple too, where he was I forgot the guy he was on there with, but it was like how credit cards were created.
Oh yeah, that's right. A Falcon. I was gonna say Falcon. The another black man in the Marvel universe. I cannot think of his
Anthony
name. Anthony Mackie. But you're right. But yeah. I remember it was like I think it was black and white. I think.
No, it was a color.
Because I thought the posters were in black and white. But yeah, you're right. Anthony Mackie was a co-partner in that. So he's done Apple stuff. You're right, Jemai. Not a lot of TV. He's done Apple stuff, and he did Marvel a little bit because just contracts and stuff. He's playing.
He did that TV show for Marvel. The one
Secret Invasion.
Yeah, I think no. And was that the one? I think so. Yeah. It was like when Mrs. Carter was out. There was another Marvel show that was out also, and I can't.
Well, that was a long time ago. He did an episode or two. That was the Agents of Shield.
The Shield.
Agents of Shield, and he made like 1 or 2 guest appearances. But I mean, he wasn't like a recurring character. Because of the money thing.
And he shouldn't be.
I was like, he got a lot of money. All right, we good?
Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys next week because this is a good show. Thumbs up.
Thank you, Giovanni. All right, Kim. What you got to say?
Oh, I gotta say, thank you, chat. We love you. We couldn't do it without you. Thank you for joining the conversation. We're trying to get to 500 views per video, so we need you to share the video with anyone and everyone. We're also trying to get to 2,500 subscribers by December 15th. So if you share the video, we will be able to reach that goal. Also, we need you to hit the notification bell so you know when the next video is coming. And so I definitely will see you next weekend. And this show is pretty damn good. So we need you to go ahead and support it and watch it on Peacock. Thanks, chat. Bye.
Thanks, Kim. All right, guys. You have start of a new week. Have a great week. You might see Stacy and I on Friday to do Ruthless, depending on her work schedule. But if not, you'll see us this weekend for Wide Right Power. Night fight. So we're gonna do that. What else? Reasonable Doubt. What else? I don't know. We'll find some stuff to talk about. But again, truly thank you, appreciate it. Then we're gonna enjoy the exit as we go in the back and talk to this cute little baby. See you next time.
I will say thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. I see people watching us in the chat.
I enjoyed the view very much. I don't know what the fuck I was watching.
Rewatch this. Rewatch this when we're done. Rewatch this. You'll see what we're talking about. You're gonna be like, oh shit,
Hilarious, absolutely hilarious.
But do go there.
Stacey, do your thing.
Fuck that shit.
But anyway, please like and share and comment on the video and all that kinds of stuff. As they say, we're just gonna end this broadcast and say bye.